Tell me honestly, guys, how many times have you started something in your life and left it in the middle? But today, you didn't. You clicked on day 5 and that already makes you different from 90% learners. Today is day 5 of our 30 days spoken English course, and before we begin, I want to tell you something very real. Most people start learning English with full excitement. Like day 1 they are motivated, day 2 they are focused, but day 5 life gets busy, motivation goes down, and that's exactly the moment when real learners get separated from the crowd. So if you are here today watching day 5, it means something powerful about you. So you don't just want fluency, you are actually working for it. And trust me guys, these small daily steps like 5 minutes of knowing structures, 2 minutes of short shadowing practice, 2 minutes of describing the video, 5 minutes of knowing powerful vocabularies and idioms, that means you are listening, speaking and practicing together on one platform. And this is how transformation happens. So today, let's make day 5 special, because a learner who stays consistent till day 5 can reach day 30 and can absolutely reach fluency. So let's begin. Hi, I'm Shalima, your English coach, and welcome back to our day 5 of our 30 days spoken English course series 2. And let me tell you guys, today's lesson is special. So let's officially start day 5 with the mindset of a real learner. So first we talk about the rule number 1, and the rule 1 is when plus past plus had and plus verbs third form. Yes, when plus past plus had and plus verbs third form. Now let's understand the rule number 1, and I want you to listen it very carefully because this rule is extremely powerful in storytelling, explanations and daily conversations. So the rule is when plus past action plus had plus verbs third form. So what does this really mean? We use this rule when we want to talk about two actions that happened in the past, but one action happened before the other. Like the action that happened first, we showed it using had plus verbs third form. Now, guys, think of it like this. You are telling a story. Something happened, but before that happened, something else was already completed. To show that earlier action, we use had plus verbs third form. Alright, so when, like this is when works like a single word and it tells the listener something happened, but before that another action was already done. For example, let me give you example. When I reached home, I had already eaten. Like reaching home, later action, and eating is earlier action. So we use had eaten, okay? And this structure makes your English sound clear, organized and fluent, just like native speakers. And guys, you will use this a lot while explaining incidents, giving reasons, sharing, experiences or telling what happened before something. Now that you fully understand how this rule works, now let me give you some real life examples that you can use in your daily English speaking skills. Alright, so there are 5 real life examples. So first of all, the first one is, when I woke up, I had already set my alarm. Like alarm setting happened earlier. Alright. Now the example number 2 is when she called me, I had finished my homework. So the homework was completed before the call. Alright guys. Now the example number 3 is when we reached the station, the train had left. Like the train leaving happened first. Alright. Now the example number 4 is when the meeting started, I had prepared my notes. Like here, the notes preparation was done earlier. Alright. Now, the last example is when my friends arrived, I had cleaned my room. So here you tell me what the work has happened before. Let me tell you. Room clean was done before friends came. Alright. So these are the 5 real life examples which you can take as example and you can make your own sentences. Alright, by using the rule number 1. So now guys, before we move to the next rule, I want to say something very important. Like you have to listen it very carefully guys. Every time you learn a new structure like this, your mind grows a little stronger. Maybe right now you feel, will I remember at all these? Will I ever speak fluently? Why is English taking so much time? But let me tell you guys, let me tell you the truth. No one says fluency is not built in one big moment. It's built in these small moments when you choose to understand, repeat and practice again and again. So if you understood today's rule, even 70%, 70%, if you try to speak even one sentence, if you stayed here till this part of the video, you are already ahead of thousands of people and who only, wish to speak good English but never take real actions. So don't doubt yourself, okay? Don't think you are slow. Don't think you can't do it. Because the person who is watching day 5, who is learning seriously, who is giving time every single day, that person is unstoppable. And that person is you. Now, let's keep this energy high and move to the next part. Alright, because next part is also very important for you to know the structures. Alright. So now that your mindset is strong and clear, so let's move to our second powerful rule of the day. And the rule number 2 is before plus past plus had and plus verbs third form. Now let's understand rule number 2, which I have showed on my screen, and I want you to pay full attention because this rule will help you explain sequences of past events with perfect clarity. Alright. So this rule, the rule which I have already told you, it is on my screen, before plus past action plus verbs third form with had. Alright. So what does this mean and where we have to use? Let me tell you all of the things. So whenever you want to show that one action happened earlier and another action happened later, you use this structure. But here guys, the word before becomes your guide. Alright, it tells the listener that this action was completed earlier and the past action happened after that. Alright, let's break it down guys. The action that had happened later, written in simple past. Alright, let me tell you one more time. The action that happened later will be written in simple past. Okay, and the action that happened earlier, it will written in had plus verbs third form. Alright, so the structure which I have told you, that is before, past action, subject, had plus verbs third form. Okay. Now you are telling someone about an event. Before this happened, something else was already done. Okay. This rule is extremely useful when you explain routines, habits, incidents or any story from your life. It makes your English clear, logical and easy to understand. Let me give you a picture guys. If you say, before I left the house, I had packed my bag. Like leaving the house later, packing the bag earlier. So we show the earlier action with had, packed. Alright. So now let's bring this rule into real life with some practical examples. Alright, so here I am going to show you 5 real life examples which will help you to understand this structure better. So the number 1 is, before I slept, I had switched off the lights. Like here, switching off happens earlier. Alright. Example number 2 is, before she reached office, she had completed her breakfast. So here the breakfast happened first. Alright. Now the example number 3 is, before we started the meeting, we had checked the projector. So checking was earlier. Example number 4 is, before my parents arrived, I had cleaned the kitchen. Like cleaning was done earlier. Now the last example is, before he joined the class, he had watched my previous lesson. So watching lessons happened first. Alright, now great guys. Now that you understand both the rules clearly, and let's check how much you have actually learned. So it's time for a quick mini quiz and just 5 lines, but very powerful. Alright, listen it very carefully. So here is the fill in the blanks using the correct rule, rule 1 or rule 2. Okay, number 1 is, when I reached home, I dash dash in bracket had or had eaten / ate my lunch. Alright. Now the second one is, before I opened the book, I dash dash my glasses. The options are had found and found. Okay. Now the third one is, when she called me, I dash dash the dishes. Had finished or finish. You have to fill. Now the fourth one is, before the movie started, we dash dash popcorn. Now in bracket, had bought or buy. Now the fifth one is, when they arrived, he dash dash the chairs. Had arranged or arrange. It's up to you. Now fill that and tell me in the comments. So if you answered even 2 or 3 of those correctly, you are growing faster than you think. But grammar alone doesn't make you fluent, guys. I always tell you that grammar alone doesn't make you fluent. Your mindset, your habits, and your daily actions matter just as much. So now, let's level up your real life fluency with 5 powerful tips that you can change the way you speak and the way people see you. Alright? So here I would like to share you 5 real life tips to enhance your fluency and your personality. So the tip number 1 is the 7-second rule, the 7-second confidence rule. So this is a magical rule which I am sharing you. So before you speak, give yourself just 7 seconds of courage. Take a breath, fix your posture, and speak the first line confidently. Guys, the first 7 seconds decide how fluent and confident you sound. So own those 7 seconds. Alright? Now, the second tip is, speak to one person every day. Not 10, not 5, just one person. Your friend, your sibling, your parent, your colleague, anyone. One small English conversation a day keeps your tongue active, your fear low, and your fluency growing. Alright? Now, here the tip number 3 is, replace overthinking with actions. See, most learners don't have a speaking problem. They have an overthinking problem. So from today, whenever your mind says, what if I make a mistake? You say, so what? I'll improve. So this one mindset shift changes your whole personality. Share you tip number 4, which is record, reflect, and repeat. You have to record a 30-second audio of yourself daily. Then listen and correct. This tiny habit builds self-awareness, improves pronunciation, and shapes your speaking personality without any teacher. And the last tip, which is magical, which is full of magic. The tip number 5 is, learn one word and use it 5 times. Don't try to learn 20 words a day. Just learn one word and use it 5 times in real sentences. Your fluency grows when words become your habit, not your memory. Alright? Before we close today's session, I want you to continue something which I promised you on day 4. And I told you that every single day I'll bring a new short video for you and you will describe it first in your own English words. And in the next day's lesson, I'll describe the same video. So you can compare your description with mine. So now I'm going to describe day 4 video here. And the video is on my screen, alright? So let's begin. The man holds a paintbrush in one hand. The brush is covered in bright blue paint. In his other hand, he has a small metal comb. He inserts the comb into the bristles. Then he is pulling the metal comb through the bristles of this paintbrush. The excess paint comes off from the paintbrush and falls into the paint tray below. So I have described the short video here of day 4. So guys, now it's time for day 5 video. As I promised, I'm here with a brand new short video for you. So watch it carefully, pause it if needed, and observe every detail because your task is simple but powerful. Okay, the video is here. Describe this video in English in the comment section. Alright? So the video is here. And tomorrow in day 6, I'll show you my description of the same video as you can learn the differences and improve your speaking style. Now let's shift gears and focus on the vocabulary that will bring your sentence to real life. So ready to discover the words that will power your speaking. So let's dive in guys, because remember, the right word can make your English 10x more expressive. So let's jump right in. And you know what guys, vocabulary is the real fuel of your English speaking engine. The more words you know, the more confidently you can express your thoughts. So it's not about using big words. It's about using the right words at the right time. So today, let's learn a few powerful words that make your English, sound more natural and fluent. So let's learn 3 amazing words that start with letter A and that are simple and super powerful and useful also. The first one is arise. Arise. To begin, to occur or become noticeable. Alright, for example, problems arises when we ignore communication. Number 2, appoint. It means to officially choose someone for a job or a role. For example, they appointed him the team leader. Next is approximate. It means nearly correct or exact. For example, the cost is approximate, so we should budget more. Great job. So guys, learning those A words later, now we are going to step into something a little more colorful, that is called idioms. And these are the phrases that native speakers uses all the time, but their meaning might not be obvious. Alright, so here the idiom number 1 is add fuel to the fire. Repeat after me guys. Add fuel to the fire. It means to make a bad situation worse. For example, arguing now would just add fuel to the fire. Now make your own sentence with this idiom. Now the second one is call it a day. It means to stop working or something for the day. For example, it's late. Let's call it a day and finish this tomorrow. So guys, now that we have unlocked these powerful idioms and it's time to wrap up our session. So let's take a moment to reflect what we have learned and set up to your practice them in your daily English conversations. Alright, so if you are still watching this, let me tell you something from my heart guys. Most people stop learning after few days. You didn't. You showed up today. You learned 2 new rules. You practiced. You completed the quiz. And you stayed till the end. And this is what real transformations look like. Not perfection, but showing up again and again, even on days when it feels difficult. And because you stayed till the end, here is your homework guys for day 5. So describe the short video I showed you today in English and in your own simple words. Alright. Number 2, make 5 sentences using rule number 1 and rule number 2, mix both. Alright. And number 3, use one fluency tip from today in real life and tell me in the comments which one you are going to use. And guys, I want to see you in the comments. Alright. Because your comments tell me you are not just watching, you are growing. Alright. So, and remember guys, remember this. Fluency is not a dream, it's a decision. It's a decision you make every single day, just like you made today. Be proud of yourself. You completed day 5, and I'll meet you tomorrow with day 6. Same time, same energy, and a new step towards the fluent version of you guys. So keep learning, keep shining, and never stop believing in yourself. So this is Shalima signing off. Take care and speak English with confidence. All the best.